Hello guys. This screencast is going to show you how to enter your field experience data into the Kfets system. Okay, the first thing you need to do, I want to go over the field experience form with you. You will have one of these for each time that you visit a classroom. If you go to a middle school or high school classroom where the kids switch every hour or every block, each block will have a separate Infinite Campus course number. So if it's first period math, it'll have a different Infinite Campus number as the second period block. The reason this is important to note and not just use one is because when you enter your information into Kfets, it automatically pulls up your demographic information for that class. So you may have 3 minorities in the first class, no minorities in the second class, but 2 special ed students. So that's why you need to have a mixture of experiences with different ethnicities and different ability groupings and that type of thing. So this information will help you meet those requirements when it's time for you to graduate. So on your field experience form, you fill in all this information right here, the student name, teacher, school district. Also on the top right hand side, you want to make sure that this has the correct class name for you. Each class has a separate form. You will go down and circle whether it's preschool, kindergarten, what grade level. Then you'll have a course number, course section, and course name. This Infinite Campus information should not be foreign to your teachers. When you go to the classroom and you say to the teacher, I need the Infinite Campus course number, they're not going to know those by heart, but they should be able to get those for you with no problem. You're going to put your start time, your end time, and your total hours. So if you go to a middle school and you're there all day, let's say you do a 6-hour and you see 6 periods, each period is a different group of students, then you will have 6 of these forms filled out. Okay? So down at the bottom it says what are today's hours, what type of activity is this? So you're going to be doing B, which is observation in schools and related agencies. Unless you're actually doing student tutoring or interacting with the families, most of these others you will not be choosing. For this class and any other classes that I'm teaching, most of it would be you would choose B, which is the observation. So don't worry if what you're doing doesn't meet these other requirements. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to be doing those. It just means that that's what you're doing is the observations. Then on the second page, the student diversity information, if you get that Infinite Campus course number, you don't have to worry about filling that out on the page because that's what the Infinite Campus number does for you in Kfets. And then the teacher has to sign and then you have to sign. You are going to be responsible for keeping these forms. When you put it in Kfets, it's supposed to be there, but you and I both know how technology works. I would not, as a student, trust that when I got ready to graduate and transfer to Moorhead or UK or Eastern, that when the system, that it would all go smoothly. You may have the college of your choice come up and say, I would like to see those forms because we have to see if what you did met what our requirements are. So it's very important that you get yourself a 3-ring binder. Make sure that all of these forms are kept in there. There is a crazy requirement of hours for you to graduate. I want to say it's something like 200 hours. So make sure that you have the hours for these classes. If you don't, you'll have to go back and possibly retake these classes. And I don't want anybody to get in that situation. So now we're going to switch our thoughts a little bit and talk about the actual Kfets system. Okay, this is the Kentucky Educational Professional Standards Board website. It's kyepsb.net. You'll go to this website and you'll come down on the left hand side to where it says log in to EPSB and you'll click that. From here, if you've had a class before where you've used Kfets, you'll type in your username and password. This username and password will carry through your teaching career. I set one of these up when I first started teaching to do my certification, and I'm still using it all the time. So make sure that you pick a username and password that you can remember. Your password has to be changed, I think, every 90 days or so, but when you go to log in, it'll prompt you through that. But if it's your first time using it, you're going to go right here to create new user, create account here, and you're going to create a new account. And you're going to fill out the information. At this point, I can't walk you through it any farther from the website, so I will refer to the PowerPoint that is on Blackboard under the Syllabus tab. Okay, so you'll log in, you'll create a new account, and this is what your page will look like. Once you've created that account, you'll want to click where it says Kfets. This might help if I make it bigger. Hold on one second. Okay, so you're going to click on Kfets, and then you're going to click on Choose Course. And from here, you're going to follow the PowerPoint instructions. You're going to click the class or your institution, the school year, the semester, the course, and your ID number. And then you're going to click Add Course. Oops, sorry. And then you're going to click, you have to add that course to say, this is the course that I'm taking. Then you're going to click Add Candidate Activity. And you'll again check the appropriate year and the class, and it'll tell you exactly step by step through this PowerPoint what to do. So at this point, I'm going to stop. I mean, there's no sense in me going through slide by slide. What I see in Kfets looks totally different than yours, so you're just going to have to play around with it and see how it works. Make sure that you're clicking the correct years, and make sure that you're clicking the correct course, and that way you can get all your stuff on there. I remember last semester some students had trouble. They accidentally pushed summer when they did the semester. So make sure that you put in the right semester information. But you should be able to walk right through this. Once you get your hours in there, after you get the first set, you might want to just send me an email and say, I put my first set in. Can you double check it? And then I'll pull it up and see what you have in there. There is a section, if you'll notice right here on this page down at the bottom, where it says description of the activity or reflection. On the sheets that you have that you fill out, there's a little area at the bottom where you can put anything you want. For these courses, it doesn't really say you have to write a reflection, but again, when you get to a four-year university, they may look for what you saw there. Try to think of things that you've learned in class, things that you've read in your textbook, things that you've read from the notes. Anything that you think that would be worthwhile to see. You wouldn't want to just put, I observed a fourth grade math classroom. You would want to tell, now you don't want to go into detail by detail of what was there. You're not going to say they were working on with fraction flashcards. I mean, you could put something light like that, but you wouldn't want to go detail by detail every little thing that happened. First they did this, and then they did this, and then they did that. Give a brief description of what you saw. You might be able to say something like they were working in centers, or they were working in small group, if it was a teacher-led discussion, or if it was student centered activities, that kind of thing. But I would put some type of description in there just in case that the four-year university down the road decides to look at that more closely to see whether or not they want to take your hours, because this is going to be very important to you in the future. So if you have any problems or you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer anything you have. And again, this is the first semester. Last year we did a pilot program, the people that were in my class last semester, but this time it's for real. So this is the first time ever that students across the state like you are putting in their information in Kfets. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be slow. Anything could happen, so try not to stress. If something happens, we'll get it fixed. We're in the early stages of using this system, but this is what we'll use from now on. So from now until the end of your college career, you will be using this system to log your hours. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.